What's up, guys? I wanted to take today to talk to you about the huge recent announcement of the brand new second Reboot server. Now, I know everyone from pros to people who just started the game yesterday are talking about the new server, and I wanted to throw my perspective into the mix as the ultimate casual mid-game player. For reference, I've played Maple on and off for about 10 plus years, and have been more seriously playing Maple for close to 2 years now. I'm going to go over what I deem as pros and cons in this video, but keep in mind, these opinions and perspectives are mine. If I deem something as a pro, you might not think it's all that great, or if I deem something as a con, you might disagree and not really be too worried about it. If you do disagree or want to add your own perspective to the conversation, please put it in the comments. I want to hear everyone's voice, and I want to keep this video as a resource for those who find it and need help making a decision from everyone's perspective. With all that being said, let's start off talking about what's good. Let's talk about the pros. First and foremost, it's a new server. You're getting in at the ground level, and everyone has an equal start. This is a sense of community that you'll experience that's usually pretty scarce in maplestory. For my brand new or returning players, this could be the answer to your problems of needing to find groups to help each other. If you've been longing for more struggle parties or to find a group of like-minded, devoted individuals, this could be your chance. Additionally, if you're competitive in a leaderboard or first clear sense, now is the time to find your party to grind with. Find your party to go for clears. The draw of getting to be the server's first Black Mage clear is sure to be appealing to many of you. Keep in mind though, Maple has some sweaty players, so be ready to cash in that PTO at your job if this is something that appeals to you. Next up, no current best in slot legacy content. This means no potable badges, no legacy totems, no sweet water transposing that also has a flame, no legacy titles, nothing. Now, this being said, if you found this video a year or two later, there will likely be some legacy content at this point. Maple does love to do events with good items that preys on your fear of missing out. This essentially, though, will put everyone on equal footing, which for some of you I know is a massive draw. Not to put in the same time investment as Greg, but Greg has a potable badge, so he's able to do more than you. Lastly, the timing of the server coming out, I think, is also a pro. Because the timing that this server comes out will also include the new Identisk event during New Age. If I pronounced that wrong, please just forgive me. This event will go hard on free levels in XP, so it will make the grind easier, but only if you're doing this at the time of release with New Age. So it's not a definitive pro if you found this later, but the timing should be noted as being in the new server's favor. Now, with those in mind, let's talk about the downsides, the cons of the new server. The most glaring con, in my opinion, is having to do all the pre-quests again. Think back to all the annoying quests you had to do for bosses or Arcane River. Heck, I remember the Morass pre-quests were really annoying when I did them, and usually people would ask for help. Yeah, have fun doing those again without a skip function. Sure, you only have to do them once, but when I said, I'm never doing that again, I meant it. This next part plays off one of the pros, and that's just because you find a group to play with doesn't mean that they will stick around. Now, Maple is not a game for everyone. Despite its more daily and weekly player changes it's been making, you will find that not everyone you meet and plan to progress with will necessarily stick around in the game. This can cause gaps in parties and leave your group having to recruit every week. If the server population is only people that are going into it with groups established, you could run into problems progressing for a bit in that aspect. Next up is getting that Legion going again. I know some of my more established Legion and Link skill grinders think this won't be an issue, but do you remember leveling Evan? that class is such a pain. It won't necessarily be as bad, again, with that event that's going on at the beginning, but think about the techniques that you might have used before, like the Zakum arm tech. You can't do things like that anymore. It has been changed. So just be ready to suffer through the Good Time Dragon class again. Again, though, some of them have been changed a bit for the better. I know Mercedes is a little more tolerable now, but me personally, I'm not looking to level Mercedes or Evan again. Now, my last point that I want to mention for the cons or the downsides is if you're established with pets or NX, hairs, outfits, whatever, you're going to have to buy that all again. Heaven forbid you have a vac pet that you're using on multiple characters, you're shelling out another 100 again, not including if you had auto feed on your pets or any other skills. Even worse is if you got lucky and got some perm pets or any nice NX outfits that might not come around all the time. Some people too, this is not going to matter to at all. Personally though, my wallet is not built like that. I invested in Reboot for some, nice quality of life things like a vac pet, and I don't really want to have to buy that again. So you're probably wondering, what's the verdict, Etchi? Should I or shouldn't I? Honestly, I don't know. I definitely see the appeal. And to me, the pros do outweigh the cons. But you also have to take into account overall time investment. Some of us got our Reboot accounts to where they were when we had free time. I know a lot of players played during the pandemic and they had that extra time investment. So if you're already established in Reboot, I think it's a much harder decision. But if you're a new or returning player who never really made it to an established main, bossing mules, etc., I think it's worth a look. If you're new, then the worst case scenario is you play for a week or two, you start building up your Legion and links, and you decide, hey, I don't really like the vibe of the new server. I don't like the community of the new server. I'm not progressing how I want. I want to go to a more established server where maybe I know some people that are going to help me out with those 5% carries. You're only going to lose 2 weeks of progress, which in the long run is nothing for trying something new to see if you like it. At the end of the day, the decision is yours, and all I can do is bring some points and thoughts to the front and make sure all sides are considered to aid you in your decision. Whatever it is, remember to have fun. It's a game. Don't let yourself get burned out. Burnout is Maple's final boss, in my opinion. With all this being said, guys, that's going to be it from me today. I appreciate all of you, and if you liked what I had to say, remember to subscribe. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. Like the video, drop your perspective and discussion in the comments, share the video with someone you think could use it or would like it, or just show love however you do. Additionally, I want to remind everyone that I do stream and I am always happy to help. This goes double for when the new server drops. If you're a new server player and you want some help with your progression, stop by the stream and feel free to ask. Also, I do have a Discord with a dedicated maplestory channel where I am always active and always happy to help and answer questions, so feel free to hop into the Discord. We'd love to have you. Regardless of your decision, I look forward to helping and seeing all of you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.